Hey, here are some thoughts I put together this morning, and maybe yesterday. But anyway, this morning was the main thing, and for me it was really quite enlightening and illuminating. I'm sure most, if not all of you, are at least somewhat familiar with the 7 different chakra, I guess they're called main chakras that we have. I can't claim any deep knowledge on any of them. I'm still mostly just familiar that there are 7. I don't know their ancient names or their Indian names. Can't remember what language it is. Anyways, obviously I don't know a whole lot about them, but I know that they exist. I know generally where they're at. And I've always wondered, at least for myself, about the throat chakra, because we all have areas that we'd like to improve about ourselves, areas we've identified, at least, past, present, maybe even, that areas we're growing out of or have like to improve about ourselves. And anyway, ever since I was just a young lad, I was very shy, afraid of offending people, hurting people, very afraid to speak up. I was my mother's shadow, and gradually I grew out of most of that. But to this day, I find it very difficult to, well, that's a little bit of a different topic, but to this day I find it difficult to really say what I think about people and situations for an effort or fear, I might say, even fear of offending or causing more of a problem, or it's not a reasonable thought process. I recognize it. I know other people do not have that issue, do not think in that same way. I'm very empathetic. I guess some people call themselves an empath. There are a lot of, I don't even know what an empath is, really. All I know is that I tend to take on myself what I feel other people, what I think other people are feeling. And I think a lot of times it isn't exactly true. That even extends to, is what I was going to say earlier, which is, I guess it is connected, but it was connected in a different way than I thought. But to movies, I find it very difficult to watch some types of movies where the actor, the situation is extremely embarrassing, or there's just really something very awkward going on. I choose to take on myself what I perceive that people would be feeling in that situation. So that's kind of silly, but at the same time, it's really marvelous, because it shows me that even a situation that isn't real can seem very real to myself. And that's great, because that's a tool that we can use, that I can use in reshaping my material world that I have around me, because obviously my brain, my subconscious, does not know the difference between a movie and reality. Otherwise, why would I be feeling embarrassment for somebody that doesn't even exist? So there we go. So my thought was that I have been somewhat blocked, perhaps, if that's the right word, in my throat chakra, because all throughout my life I've been growing out of it, as I said, but I have found it difficult to kind of speak out, and it's not all situations, certainly not now. And I really find it enjoyable to watch singers just belt it out. I know a lot of people enjoy that as well, but I think I particularly enjoy it because it's something that I probably innately inside me, internally feel that that it's not quite fully unblocked, my throat chakra. Not that I would want to be a singer necessarily. I've thought about that. But I don't think my interests are that high in becoming a singer. So I think it mostly has to do with unblocking that throat chakra and really being able to feel comfortable, feel confident in myself, speak out. I think I'm being overcome by the lawn and the maintenance crew of the park here. So anyway, maybe you have a particular feeling that deals with a chakra. Maybe I'll just pause it.